another exciting episode of the Invention series. I remain your host, Courage. And to all our amazing viewers out there, I want to say a big thank you for a show of love. And to those who send in stories and questions, please keep sending them because we're here to help you become a better you. On today's episode, we're going to be chatting through a very sensitive subject, which is quite dear to my heart, which we've received questions about. It is navigating through failure. And with us in the studio is Cindy McNeil. Drum roll, please. Cindy has over 20 years of experience as a leader in the community. I can't do justice to this introduction, so I'm going to pass it over to Cindy to introduce herself. Thank you, Cindy, for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Courage. I'm really excited to be here. I've been working through many hats in my life for a long time. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. I've worked in mental health. I've worked in fashion. I've even worked in construction and sports, and the list just goes on forever because I'm constantly reinventing myself, and I know how it feels to feel stuck in a spot, and I'm here to help your viewers maybe get some insight into how to get that extra push they need to take the steps to do what they really love to do and to thrive.
Thank you so much, Dimi, for sharing. So has there been any time in your career, like, you felt you were stuck? Is there something, I don't know how many of them, but one of it that you can share with our viewers before we get into the story for the day?
Yeah, absolutely. My last, I want to say real job where I was pinned in a 9-to-5, it was a struggle for me because my entrepreneurial spirit was in there fighting to come out, but I wasn't brave enough to let it out. So I had a lot of struggles mentally and financially because I was like, oh, do I quit this real job to pursue what I love? Do I stay here to be financially safe? And I'm like, you know what? You get one life.
Yes.
Never mind being safe, be courageous. So I decided to step out and start, going into my entrepreneurial journey and haven't looked back since.
Wow, that's really brave because even I thought I have a 9-to-5 and I do all of these things on the side. It can be pretty tiring sometimes. Like, the passion is there. You have all of these things you're passionate about that you want to do, but you don't know if you're going to be financially free from the onset. So you kind of stay in the job. I love my job because it gets me out, and I'm talking to entrepreneurs. I talk to people every day, learning from their experiences. But I know quite a number of people that are just at their job because it's the safe cushion to pay the bills every month, but they really want to do something else, and it's hard to just dive in fully because maybe that business isn't really bringing the amount that they're looking for. And most times you see even some things online will tell you that don't quit that job until your business can pay you 100% of what you earn or something like that. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but I understand that in the present economy now, you can't just quit because things are a bit harder than they used to be in the past. So
it's terrifying.
It is.
It's absolutely terrifying, and I fully get and respect that.
Yeah.
But what's worse? What's worse, living your full life, hating every day, or living your full life, loving every day, but scared to death to have enough money on the table? So that's kind of what you're balancing.
But it can also be, I think it can be different for different people. And if you're single, I think it can be more courageous to just branch out. But if you have a family and you see all of the responsibilities, then it's hard for you to make that tough decision, unless your partner supports it. But it's pretty, because it's a conversation I have in my home, like, what if I leave my 9-to-5 and I get the, are you kidding me? Share. So it's something that's pretty delicate based on everybody's circumstance. So I wouldn't blame anyone that's still holding on to their 9-to-5.
No, definitely not. I held on to mine for a long time, and I went back and forth. I have 3 children. I was terrified every day. My biggest thing is to make sure they have everything they want so they live the life they want. And that I'm not the reason they can't play soccer or they can't play ball or whatever. I never want to be the reason that they can't live their dreams as well. But more importantly, I want them to see their mom getting that. Like, go get that, mom. Like, I want that. I want them to see that you should pursue your dreams. You should follow your heart, and you should stand up for the things you love and believe in, even when it's difficult.
Yeah.
So they see me work a lot. This mama works 9 to 5, 5 to 10,
Yeah.
10 to back to 9. Like, we're 24/7. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because it never feels like work to me anymore, because now everything I do, I love.
Yeah.
You know, I'm working in fashion, I'm working in basketball,
Oh, wow.
and I could not be happier.
Wow, that's beautiful. Hopefully I get the courage to do
Yeah.
so.
It's a process.
Yes.
Don't rush.
Yeah.
And like I said, I held on to some part-time stuff to help get me through that financial, you know, it's a balance for sure. And like I said, my kids need to eat. So we ain't playing with that. So the money needs to stay.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, so like I mentioned, like on the reinvention series, we encourage viewers to send in stories and ask questions. And we do have a story today that was sent. The stories are sent anonymously. We don't know who they are.
Okay.
However, their story will resonate with every other people out there that will be listening. And I'm just going to pull it up here and read it.
Okay.
Okay, it says, hey, I've never shared this publicly before, but watching the reinvention series made me feel safe enough to put this into words. About 3 years ago, I left what many would call a good job, salary, benefits, stability, to start my own consulting business. On paper, it looked brave. People clapped for me. I posted about it on LinkedIn with a polished headshot and words like freedom, a new chapter. But behind the scenes, I was terrified. I had no real plan, just passion and the need to feel like I was living on purpose. 6 months in, I've drained my savings, taken on credit card debt, and was crying in silence almost every night. I haven't even told my family what was really going on because I felt like I had to keep up with the illusion that I was okay, that I was doing it for the dream. I remember one night sitting in my apartment and watching videos of people who have made it and asking myself, what about me? What am I doing wrong? And then I stumbled on the series and I don't remember listening to the vulnerability of others who share their story, and I'm happy I'm able to do this now. And I've got some questions that I would love to have answers to. Oh, thank you for watching and thank you for sharing. I kind of feel this person's pain. And the first question is, how do you rebuild your confidence when failure has made you doubt everything you once believed about yourself?
That's a great question, and what a terrifying situation. I've definitely been there. It's really hard, but you really need to start by being honest. Be honest with the people around you. You'll be surprised how many people will help you when they know that you're not as well off as you're kind of alluding. So when your story doesn't match your truth, you're not going to get the help you need. You need your story to match your truth. So I tell everyone, like when I was down, I was like, I'm down, mayday, mayday, all hands on deck, help, help, help. And then I got myself someone, like a mentor that put some time into me and that allowed me to learn from someone who was far better than me, to help me get those steps, those connections, those, like, from the person's story, they didn't have their plan, they didn't have, you know, so they need help. They need a mentor or somebody that's already doing what they want to be doing, or at least close, to kind of guide them and help them get some tools, you know, get some, you know, just planning together to be able to kind of move to those next steps. So you got to be out there, you got to be talking, you got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. Entrepreneurship is hard, people.
Yes.
It does not turn off. You're 24/7. You're 7 days a week. And if you don't have people helping you rise when you're trying to rise, you're gonna turn yourself into a puddle on the floor, because you're not getting that air back in your lungs and that wind on your back of the people. The people in your network is gonna be who pulls you up.
Yeah, so yeah, I totally agree. Like having people around, I know it can be terrifying, like because now everyone believes, oh, they're out there, but like deep down, you're suffering in silence. So just having the right people
Yeah.
who will always cheer you and also be there for you when things are down,
Yeah.
it's good. So don't be an island if you can hear us.
Don't be an island. Don't be an island. We're
Yeah,
all here. Reach out. There's so many people, especially here locally. That's how it works. You know, they know like if they're somewhere great in their life, they're happy to help the next person,
yes.
you know, because they didn't get there alone and they know they need to help other people get there
And that's
too.
something I kind of realized moving down to Halifax is that if you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers. Like
Hell yeah.
you need to be prepared to leave that comfort zone of always wanting to do things by yourself and reach
Yeah.
out for help. Like have those coffee chats and all, and just tell them like be vulnerable. Don't just say this is what I'm going through. Like, forget how I look. But
Yeah.
like deep down, like I am suffering. So
And you'll
yeah,
be surprised how many people are just like, what can I do? You
yeah.
know? And it really is a village here. Then a lot of people want to be helpful, I promise.
That's great. Thank you so much, Cindy.
Yeah.
The other question asks us, how do you talk about failure to others, your family, your friends, without feeling like you're justifying your existence?
Right. So for me, I believe failure is one of your biggest teachers in life because you're just like fail, first attempt in learning. So it's your first try. Of course, you're going to fail. And I hope you do fail because you're going to learn more from failing than you've ever learned from succeeding. I promise you that. And you won't make that mistake again. So I proudly fail. I mess that up. And I tell everybody around me because maybe they'll learn from my failure instead of going through it themselves. And I'm not scared of failing. I actually look to fail because then I know where my weak spots are. And then I know how I can get stronger by fixing that hole. You know, your boat's going to sail better.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's pretty interesting because being an African, like you're taught not to fail, like go for the rest. But like in this society, like failing, I think maybe it's because things have turned around now. There's more exposure and all of those learnings. Like now, people are saying like failure is good.
It's good.
It's not the end of the world. You pick
No.
yourself up and just go for it a second time, and you learn from it. And that's something I'm practicing. Oh, I'm glad I feel that this because now I'm better.
Yeah. And usually it'll drive you closer to where
Yeah.
you need to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although when you feel like that instant moment, you kind of feel sad and all. But if
Yeah.
you really look at it, there's a lesson to be learned, and that's the constant. So like, just talk about it. I'm
Yeah.
sure even just talking about it to the family members around the friends, like there's gonna be some lessons learned. There's going to be exchange of wisdom and advice that you
Yeah.
can learn from it by just opening up and say, okay, yes, I failed. Maybe this isn't the right route to go at this point in time. And you never know. Yeah, you can't just keep holding it in and pretending that everything is okay. And everyone, because if you don't speak up, nobody really knows
No.
what's going on. We
And
can't
you'll
make
just go
assumptions.
by yourself and,
Yeah.
you know, in pain, you know. But if you get that pain out by letting people know, then you're going to get that comfort from the people around you to get back up, dust back off,
Yeah.
go back at it.
But I know. So growing up, or even being a lady, like ladies talk. Like whenever you're sad, we talk about it. But for men, I don't know. I wish I could get a man's perspective on it.
Yeah.
Like what really goes through their mind when things are down? Do they talk about it? Because sometimes I see my husband, I'm like, what's going on? Like I'm fine. I'm like, no, you're not.
No.
But like he wouldn't want to talk about it.
Right.
Maybe if he prefers to talk about it with other men, he feels they understand better. But I don't know how they
know.
handle such situations, but for women, like, we just vent.
We're born to vent.
Yes. We vent and we feel that relief.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're a lady or a man, like, just talk about
But
it.
talk about it. Don't worry. If you're a man, you're a woman. We all need to get our feelings out.
Yeah.
We all need to start over sometimes.
Yeah. That's,
And you know what? Don't hate on people that are trying to talk about it because, you know, if they're getting it out, that's brave and it's hard to do.
yes. It's just talk. It's just
Yeah.
fun just recalling what happens in my home. I'm like, talk.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear you. Another question that they asked was, how do you deal with the fear of trying again? Starting a new dream, launching something new without your when your last attempt broke you.
Yeah, that's definitely, it's very hard to like, you knew the last time you jumped in, you got hurt bad and you were destroyed.
Yeah.
So, this could happen again. So you want to protect the natural thing is you want to protect yourself from that happening again. So it's like, for me, it's like 3, 2, 1, go. Because it's like, you can't stay stuck in fear forever.
Yeah.
You won't get anywhere, feel the fear, do it anyway. Like just push through. And it's like, it's terrifying, and I know it's terrifying, but if you stay without trying again, then then every failure was for what? For
sure.
what? Like, okay, I failed here. And if you don't try again, then that's just there. It's been a failure. It's going to stay there and it's going to haunt you for the rest of your life. So feel that fear and do it anyway, because there's no point in just chilling and being mad at yourself for not trying again. Like just get that bravery. You're going to live one life. So you want to push that life to the beautiful places that, the universe wants you to succeed. The failures are to point you closer to the right direction.
Yeah.
So let the universe win. Keep going, just do it. Just feel it and go.
I can imagine it can be scary, but because different people, different personalities, I feel I move on. Like, what's next? For some people who kind of feel stuck and are just scared. They just go into that comfort zone. Like, I don't want to fail. I don't want to do this again. I might feel like I know, but like you heard Cindy, do it afraid. Just try again and again.
Like, put your favorite song on, like gas yourself up, get your friends gassing you up.
Yeah.
Like if you need gas, call me. I will gas you up, I promise. But you need somebody around you or get that mojo going again and just give it a go, because the alternative is sad. It's sad. You didn't live to your potential and you're gonna feel that.
Yeah, that's true. Like, there's nothing like living your full potential, and like, even as you get older, you're reflecting and say, "Oh yes, I did. I'm happy I did this." Like, I have a lot of things I have in my bucket list. I have to do all of these things. I just need time, because I don't want to be old, like 80. I'm like, oh, I wish I did this.
I know that's terrifying to me.
That's
sitting out 80 years old going, why didn't I? That's more terrifying to me than failing again.
Sure.
And I've failed a lot. Let me tell you, I have failed a ton, and I'm okay with all of it, because now I'm stronger, stronger, better, faster, all of the things, because I didn't quit on myself.
Don't quit on yourself.
Don't quit on yourself.
Okay. I see. Okay, so this, to say, is there a way to find purpose in failure? Is there a way to find purpose in the failure, not just after you've overcome it?
Yes, absolutely. Like I said, my failures are as painful as they were. They're the degrees on my wall. Like, they are literally the biggest ahas, the biggest lights. Like, it's painful when it's happening, but what you learn from that is just beyond amazing, because it'll take you down the path that you were meant to always travel. It'll make you, I've had so many situations where I failed so bad, and then I was like, damn, I see you. I see what you did there. Thank you, universe. Now I know I have to go this way. I have to strengthen that part of me. If I don't strengthen that part of me, I'll never win. So it points out this stuff. And then you have the opportunity. This is what you find in your failures. You find those opportunities to give yourself more and to give yourself that extra set of skills that you didn't have when you went in, because you didn't know you needed it. That's why you failed.
Yeah.
It's like it pushes you toward being better.
Yeah. Yeah, just reflect naturally. Yes, it does, because there's some skills, if you don't feel, you never know you needed it to kind of succeed. So that's very insightful. Wow.
I'm old. I've seen some things. Been around, Kurt.
but this is so true. Like, if when you fail, there's some lessons to be learned, like some skills you need to develop and some top skill you need to have to forge ahead. So I'm really glad that I'm really glad we had you today.
Thank you.
Share this
I'm so
insight,
happy
'cause
to be here.
every time I have a guest, I'm also learning from it. It's not just for the viewers, like I'm learning as well. So this is great. Like, wow, I'm excited. And I hope you are, whoever you are, when you listen to this, that like talk about it. Don't be scared to talk about your feelings. Don't be scared to be vulnerable. Don't be scared to put yourself out there a second time. Even if it's a third time or fourth time. Like
I'm on 7, 8, 9. Like
eventually, like you're gonna be successful. You have stories to tell and lessons to teach others that are coming behind you. So please, please, please be happy to fail.
Yeah.
Be happy that you've already failed, because there's something in there that you've learned. If you just sit with yourself, that's going to help you get better the next time you put yourself out there. Yeah. Thank you so much, Stevie.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Courage. It's been an amazing time to hang out with you.
Yes. Great. Thank you for joining us today on the Reinvention series, where real stories meet real transformation. And if today's episode touched something in you, take that feeling with you. Let it be a reminder that even in your hardest seasons, you're not alone. Reinvention doesn't happen all at once. It starts with one small, brave decision to try again. Whether you're healing, rebuilding, dreaming, or just surviving, your story still matters. You're allowed to evolve, to grow, to fail and begin again. And guess what? You're allowed to do it beautifully in your own time and on your own terms. Until next time, keep growing, keep becoming, because the best version of you is never behind you. It's still unfolding. Thank you.